Okay, so the reason we have this line is it's going to tell us where to stop the next line. Where we start it is going to be at the bottom, directly under a circle, and we are going to draw it up to that pencil line we just drew, and we're going to stop right there at the pencil line. So I'm going to go down to the bottom, I'm going to start it here, but then where am I going to stop it? I'm going to stop it in the middle, in between the two circles that I drew. So I'm going to go from the bottom to the middle. I'm going to stop in between the two circles on the pencil line. So I'm going to go to the bottom and I'm going to stop at the pencil line in between the two circles. I'm going to go to the bottom, below the circle, not way over here, not over here, but below the circle. I'm going to start down here and I'm going to stop and I'm going to end it right where the pencil line is, about halfway between the two circles. Again, I start below the circle, then I stop halfway in between the circles on the pencil line. Below, in between, below, in between, below, in between, below, in between, below the circle. Whoa, I'm off the page, sorry. Below the circle. I'm going to stop about halfway in between the two circles on the pencil line. Below the circle, stop at the pencil line. Now you can erase the pencil line. I'm going to hit pause while I finish doing that. So now that I drew that line and I erased that line, I'm going to draw one that is tangent to the bottom of the circles. I'm going to just touch the bottom of every circle all the way across. Do it lightly because we're going to be erasing this one too. Oh yeah, and you notice, hey, I'm using a pencil. Okay, now what that tells us is where we're going to stop the next lines. Number one, we are going to start above the circle at the top, and we are going to drive it home in between on the right side of the circle, in between this line that we just drew and the circle. Again, I'm going to go to the top of the circle. So I just drew a dot, but you don't have to draw the dot. See the dot? It's above the circle. And then I'm going to bring it in between the line I just drew previously and the circle. And I'm going to kind of, you can draw it fairly straight, but it should kind of curve that way. So again, above the circle, down to the pencil line, and stop at the pencil line in between the line you just drew, which is here, and between there and the circle. From the top of the circle down to the pencil line in between. Top of the circle down to the pencil line in between. So don't touch the circle, but stay to the left of the first line that you drew. Top of the circle down in between, top of the circle above the circle, down like so. So here's the circle, go above, drop down, stop at the pencil line. See how I did not cross the pencil line? Above the circle, in between the circle and the line, at the pencil line, you can see how it's curved. If yours is a little straighter, that's okay. Maybe in the next one you can try kind of echoing the curve of the circle. Like if the circle curves this way, that's how it should curve. All right, and guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be erasing the pencil line. I'm going to hit pause while I do it. All right, I erased my pencil line, so I'm going back to my marker. I'm going to go to the top of my circle, and I'm going to draw a line to the point, the top of that line. Now, the next circle, I'm going to draw the same point to the top of that line right there that's next to it, but then I'm going to keep going and stop at the next one. So again, from the top of the circle to the end of that line, to the first line, and then continue on straight and stop at the next line. From the top of the circle to that line, then continue on and stop at the next one. Top of the circle, to this line, the end of it, and then keep going. Don't go to the end of the next line, just keep going straight and stop at the line. From the top of the circle to the next line. So from right, gonna meet it and keep going. From the top of the circle, meet the end, keep going, and stop. Oop, I'm off camera. Top of the circle to the end. See how it's at the end of the line, but that means I gotta keep going and stop at the next line. Top of the circle to the end of the first line, and notice how I'm moving to the left, and stop at the next one. Top of the circle to the end, keep going to the next one. Top of the circle to the end, stop at the next one. Okay, so go to the next video.